singles game in the second round, as our Dutch colleagues refer to it. There is
the man in question.
Tony, to give it the full Richard Ashdown, Tony Alcinas.
So if Reyes is from Tenerife,
yes. To throw first. Game on.
Alcinas or Altinas is from Mallorca.
There we go. There we go. Hands across the water here. English and Spanish combining on the Rock of Gibraltar.
Whoa!
And Cristo Reyes hands combining very nicely as well to conjure up a 180 with his first visit of the night.
134.
Well, the winner of this will face the world champion Rob Cross, number 4 seed here this weekend. And one of the big draws. I was actually
40.
Walking around Gibraltar earlier on, heard a radio advert promoting this very event. With the guy in his full-on radio voice going, "See the world number 1 Michael Van Gerwen and world champion Rob Cross." He has that billing now. Didn't mention anybody else. Didn't mention Cristo the Spartan Reyes. Or Bad Medicine Adam Huckvale.
Was Lopez mentioned?
No. No. Neither was Clayton Otten or Anthony Lopez. Although, to be fair, they only qualified last night.
60.
Would have been funny had they mentioned Dyson Parodi, because he didn't make it through.
Yeah, preempting his qualification in the pre-recorded. Or the perils of pre-recorded radio.
88.
Looking good for the first leg here, Cristo. Of course, the premier Cristo in World Darts, Cristo A.
So
Cristo B will be on the way later, taking on Steve Lennon. Tops. There it is, 14 darter.
Yeah, very nice, neat and tidy, accomplished start by Cristo Reyes. Jan Dekker, Danny Noppert and Ian Conterman, his victims in qualifying. 3 Dutchmen, 6-5, 6-4, 6-0. As for Thornton, he had to overcome both Andrew Gilding and Ryan Joyce. He lost just 5 legs over the course of those 2 matches. This is the second European Tour event of the year for Robert Thornton. Battered 6-0 by Steve Lennon in the first round of the German Open earlier this year. So he's not won on the European Tour since the German Darts Masters in Jena at the very start of 2017.
That is a barren spell.
It's a long, long time ago. Like I say, 2 of 15 European Tour events he's featured in.
96, or Uruguay 81.
Former Euro Tour winner, of course, Robert Thornton.
Dusseldorf 2015 when he won that European Tour title.
Well, Data 81 checkout, superb stuff from Thornton. Yeah, he was incredible in the final session of that. He absolutely annihilated James Wade in the semi-finals, average 110.
48.
Hasn't contested a PDC final for some time as well. It was in Wigan at the end of April last year, Players' Championship 9. Lost to Van Gerwen in that 1-6-2.
60.
Didn't qualify last year. So his most recent appearance here was in 2016 when he was a seeded player. He lost 6-5 to Chizzy in the 3rd round.
59.
Yeah, the most recent meeting between these two came at the match play last year.
45.
And Cristo was a heavy winner. But to be fair, if you get drawn against Robert Thornton at the match play, it is, I mean, it's a gift. Because the Thorn has a horrendous record at the Winter Gardens. He's won 1 game in all the years that he's turned up there. But he has won 1, which is 1 more than Kim Huybrechts has won at the World Match Play. So I'm sure there'll be street parties in Belgium when the Hurricane finally does get a win at the Winter Gardens.
38.
Well, Cristo, great first leg. He's seen the Thorn firing a 12-darter back at him, and he's gone to pieces in this one. I mean, he's not even scored 200 points in his first 4 visits to the board.
And this is a very good opportunity for Thornton to break.
58.
58 leads 158.
More like it, Christo. Much more like it.
138. Robbie with 158.
Oh, it's there. It's on.
120.
Just below the wire on double 19.
That
That would have been a stinger for Reyes. Would have been some way to break for Thornton as well. 91 away. He went for the treble 17 to leave
36.
tops, but it's not to be.
Robert, you require 38.
Straight at it, Robert. That's the problem.
22.
And it's not his favourite area of the
Christo,
board,
you
that. I'm not
require
sure.
60.
I mean, I know Robert Thornton is the first to criticise himself, but he seems like something else has annoyed him. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Yeah.
He's shot in the third leg.
Well, that won't improve his mood because Reyes was miles behind there.
Game on.
12 darts in. He was struggling, wasn't he, for anything significant whatsoever. And he's somehow managed to hold through. Better start from Thornton in this leg as well. This is what Reyes needs to do. This is a much more like it from Christo. Yeah, that'll do. 200 points. He struggled to get 200 points on the board with 12 darts. He's got 180 with 3. Figure it out.
100.
No, just below the wire, Dan.
57.
Already seen a few attempts at the 9-darter here today. More than we usually see in an afternoon session on a Friday, it has to be said.
Yeah, Richie Edhouse had a good go, didn't he?
60.
7 darts into it. We've seen a couple of players go 5 or 6 darts as well. We saw the 9-darter missed here last year by Stephen Bunting. It was, of course, hit by Ross Smith 5 years ago. Thornton, one of the very few people to have thrown a double start 9-darter. Did so in an incredible game with James Wade, where they both did it at the World Grand Prix. Thorne described that as his best ever game. It's one that he lost.
So you require 130.
Yes. Yes.
120.
No.
Or you require 170.
Not to be, but Reyes will return. Looking at double 5 for a 3-1 lead.
58. Caruso, you require 10.
Looking to split this. 2 for double 4. Back to double 2 is the first darter guide. Not really.
Or you require 112.
And he can't do it. And he's not happy. And I'm not exactly sure why, other than the fact he's hit the 1 and his chances evaporated. But I'm not sure if it's frustration at himself or something else.
You require 2.
Does he think there's a breeze? Does he think there's something
He's on the
going wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, I was just about to say he may come back anyway because there was the danger there of Reyes going bust once again, but Reyes took that out very, very nicely indeed. I think, yeah, you're right. I think there's clearly something else that's bothering, an external factor that's bothering Thornton here. I'm not quite sure what it is.
I don't think it's the crowd.
No, so far, very well behaved.
50. $60. 43.
Quite curious that Robert Thornton, when they played in floor events, and to be fair, they've only done that twice. They were on consecutive days in Barnsley.
60.
He won both of those, but when it's come to big stage action, Christo has been the one to win. Did so at that match play encounter, did so at the European Championship as well. That's a 4th maximum of this encounter, split evenly 2 apiece. Might be about to go 2-3.
Yeah, it needed something this leg. It was just plodding along a bit, but we've got back-to-back 180s to get the party started in this one. Thornton must be furious with the way that Reyes has come up with that timely response. It's left himself a finish of 120 as well, and points on the floor here for Thornton, who might just spontaneously combust if we're not careful here.
So you require 100.
Where's he going?
I think he's querying the score.
Oh, he's doing the score himself. 180 to leave 120.
Yeah, 300 it was.
Yeah.
So you require 120.
That was quite a gulf as well, wasn't it? Anyway, 120 for Reyes. It's on. He's finishing very well, isn't he? 4-1 for Reyes, a 120 checkout.
Game on.
And Thornton with plenty to do here, plenty on his hands as well, and he's once again missed the big number there. He's straight in twice into the sevens.
Well, it's a strange one, isn't it? Because Reyes hasn't been spectacular, but there've just been little moments in this game where he's been able to come up with the goods.
100.
That 120 checkout, probably the standout moment of quality. But he's hit 3 maximums. He nearly took out the 130 checkout before he ended up faffing around on double one. It's sort of, it suggests that there's a big performance potentially coming without actually happening. Bit of anger in those from Robert Thornton, firing them into the board. I mean, the Thorns only had 4 darts at double in this game, and that's against the guy averaging in the mid to high 80s, so he will not, well, you can see he's not a happy man.
129. $52. Are you 142?
Not for the first time.
84.
Just straight into the sevens as well.
34.
We've seen this taken out today. We're not going to see it taken out now.
47. Robert, you require 58. Shot on the 6th leg, Robert Thornton. 7th leg, Christo to throw first. Game on.
Well, this game's sort of meandering along to a conclusion, and if it continues to meander in this manner, then Robert Thornton is just going to amble out of this tournament without making any real impact. There you see, sort of mid-80s averages. First 9 averages, nothing particularly special about them either. It's just that Christo has managed to find a few extra finishes.
85.
Limited to just 5 darts at double, Robert Thornton in this match. Going to have to score more heavily to get more opportunities.
140.
That helps.
Yeah, more like it from Thornton. But every time Thornton comes up with something to work with, Christo seems to come right back at him almost straight away.
Yeah, that's it. They sort of
45.
Pootle along, and then the Thorn will do something, and Christo hits back with something just as good.
It's almost like Reyes needs a big visit from Thornton just to get him going again.
96.
Wrong with that setup shot there. Fill it up. There it is.
Maybe too little too late for Robert Thornton. We shall see. Reyes has 2 darts in hand at tops. He's got 1 dart at double 10.
35.
And that's awkward as well if he does come back.
But 43.
Thornton looking at 43.
Straight down the bottom, straight up the top. And maybe that little passage there, where the Thorn survived 3 clear darts at tops for a 5-2 deficit.
Robert to throw first.
To break back.
Game on.
Yeah, I think Christo's face tells the story.
Maybe just a little impetus here now for Robert Thornton.
Well, look, Robert Thornton has not played very well for the first 6 or 7 legs of this game. And the fact that Christo hasn't put him away in that time may come back to haunt Spain's number one.
140.
Because all of a sudden, the Thorns playing with a bit more intent and a bit more focus. And they are not
65.
adjectives you would use to describe Christo's visit there.
Misstarts at doubles for Reyes for a 5-2 lead, and maybe that's the pivotal moment in this match when we look back
100.
on it. Ton 80, ton 40 ton for Thornton so far in this promising leg for him.
100. Over you require 81.
Oh, he's got loads in hand here. Yeah, went for the treble 10 to leave double 16. As it is, he should be okay anyway.
41.
Well, one way or another, he's left double top, which is the double that Robert Thornton always goes to when possible.
100. Over you require 40.
Because he hits it a lot.
Game shot on the A flag, Robert Thornton.
And we've got a level game.
9 flag, Christo to throw first.
Back-to-back 14 darters for Robert Thornton. He still has to find a break of throw, though. His average has now superseded Christo's. These last two legs are probably the first time in the match where you could say that three-time major winner Robert Thornton and former Euro Tour champion is the guy who looks most likely to win, because it wasn't the case for the first six and a half legs of this game.
Christo just about doing enough in this leg so far.
131.
But that will ask a few questions of the Spaniard.
100.
Well, one treble per visit in this leg from Christo. It's solid, but it does leave you open. Something spectacular from Thornton, who leaves himself 90.
This one is very much in the balance.
How's he going? I mean, the way that he blocked that treble 18 bed, I was astounded that he took a step to the left. I don't know how he's trying to rifle it into that 54 segment.
47. Or you require 90.
Maybe with the benefit of hindsight, he would not have taken that particular course of action.
60.
Was that the chance?
So you require 57.
Well, he missed starts at tops, didn't he, for a 5-2 lead, and he's missed darts again at tops for a 5-4 lead this time.
Short and a 9 flag.
Whips out the double 15 and takes the lead. 4-2 down, 5-4 up.
10 flag, Robert to throw first.
And throwing first in the 10th as well. And this time it's Reyes who's expressing his disgust at how this panned out now.
100.
This match has turned on a sixpence with that 41. Missed opportunity for a 5-2 lead. And Thornton, from that moment on, hasn't really looked back. He's still got to finish it off here.
91.
Well, it seems to be that, and Christo, although we have seen some little flashes that suggest he may be coming back into form, it isn't overwhelming by any stretch of the imagination. His confidence must not be as high as it was in his first sort of couple of years of PDC darts, where he just seemed to be getting better and better and going further and further in tournaments and looking
55.
Genuinely like he could go and win one, maybe one of these Euro tours. But when you've got a player who's low on confidence, it just seems that their propensity, when something goes wrong in a game, for it to just completely derail them, and everything falls apart. That seems much more likely to happen, and it seems to be what's happened here for Christo, because he was not spectacular in taking that 4-2 lead, or 4-1 lead, but he was doing enough, and every time Thornton had something to throw at him, he threw something right back. But missing those opportunities to go 5-2 up, and then it's just been, almost railroaded by Robert Thornton. He is down to a finish, Christo, but it's a big one. He'd still make Thornton favourite for this if he finds a treble.
60.
Doesn't quite. 112 is not beyond the thorn. It's only one treble needed for a match start. And he is going to have a look at that 1-1-2.
You wouldn't be too surprised if there were to be another twist here, if we were to go all the way to a decider. That said, Reyes has still got an awful lot to do here. Thornton likewise, now looking at treble 19, he's a million miles away as well from that.
Not the 12 off.
72.
Now then,
require 127.
for a skin saver, treble 20. 17's the target. Bullseye. 127 and game to stay in the tournament for the Spartan.
Sublime.
What a shot.
11th and final leg, Christo to throw first.
Well, I suggested there might be another twist and turn, and we might be on course for a decider, but I never imagined it would involve Reyes taking out a 1-2-7 checkout. That is a timely, devastating blow from the Spartan. That's brilliant stuff.
44.
And then he kicks off with 44. Having done all the hard work of landing that 1-2-7, he kicks off with a 44 just to hand the initiative back to Thornton here once again.
96.
Needs a big treble sooner or later.
95.
Gets one. But Thornton gets two. Can he get three? Yes, he can. 180 on the Reyes throw. That will feel absolutely priceless for Thornton.
Run, Christo.
35.
Well, this one, it's anyone's game really now.
Thornton is 50% on his doubles in this match. Reyes is only 35. We may see them both get match darts in this. That is a phenomenal visit from Christo Reyes.
Well, he kicks off with 40 odd.
Stops. Oh.
91.
Well, he knows that was the chance.
47.
Kicks off with 40 odd here, Reyes, but he's in pole position to finish the job now. He's looking at double 16 for a 6-5 win. And Christo Reyes, salvage mission completed. Just about comes through in what was an almighty tussle against Robert Thornton. A match that ebbed and flowed. It twisted and turned. Reyes led 4-1. And credit to Thornton for the way he fought back to get himself into position, but Reyes just rediscovering something in the closing stages. 1-2-7 checkout to level the match at 5-all. That was absolutely crucial. And then holding his nerve in the final reckoning as well. Christo Reyes once again through to the second round of a European Tour event, winning by 6 legs to 5. On the way next, we have our third match of the evening session. Barry Bates against Vincent van der Voort.